Hi everyone, Barb Netterpel, HEU President. One of the things that makes HEU so strong is that we're a democratic union where members are in the driver's seat. Local meetings are where that democracy really comes to life. It's where members come together to raise workplace issues, make decisions, ask questions, and get answers. This mock meeting is designed as a training tool for local officers. It demonstrates what a reasonably well-run virtual meeting could look like in practice. You will see how a meeting is called to order, how members make decisions through motions, how reports are given, elections are conducted, and how the business is carried out. You will see the use of Borno's rules of order, but you're also going to see conversation, humor, and flexibility. Because good meetings aren't rigid. Rules and processes exist to keep meetings orderly, respectful, where everyone can have their say and be heard. But the ultimate goal is to have a fulsome discussion and a clear understanding what the members have decided. We encourage locals to use this as a reference, but really adapt it to your needs, your style, whether it's a virtual meeting, in person, or a mix of both. As you watch, take note of what you see. Write down your observations, your questions, and then talk together about what happened, what worked, and how do you want to incorporate these things into your own meetings.
All right, I'd like to call the meeting to order. It is 4:35. And before we begin, I want to acknowledge that we are joining from many different Indigenous territories. I'm hosting this meeting today from the unceded and traditional territories of the Coast Salish peoples, including the Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh First Nations. As a social justice union, HEU is committed to advancing reconciliation and responding to the calls of action of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission. We recognize the ongoing impacts of colonization and commit to learning and action in support of Indigenous peoples. All right, members, you are welcome to acknowledge the territories you are joining from in the chat if you wish. Okay, so you've all been sent the agenda by email, but we're also going to screen share that now. Just a few more things before we get started so that we can make this meeting fair and respectful and efficient. Zoom allows us to participate from anywhere, which is great. The same expectations apply as if we were in person. So we do encourage cameras on whenever possible, as it is more engaging for everyone. But feel free to change to a virtual background or turn your video off altogether if you feel that need for privacy. If there's more than one person participating from the same Zoom space, we're just going to need to see folks when it comes time to vote. At times, members can share sensitive or confidential information, so please participate from a private space if you can, or use headphones. Thank you, everybody. I see many of you wearing headphones. But please do be careful about your surroundings when you speak. We don't want to have the employer overhear us talking about workplace issues. If you do wish to speak, I just want you to raise your hand up in front of your cameras, please. So it's nice and obvious that you want to speak, and I'll put you onto the speakers list. And then that way everybody gets a fair turn. If you are joining by phone, you can press *9 to raise your hand or *6 to mute and unmute. And I'm going to be watching really carefully for both virtual and physical hands. But if I miss you, just unmute and politely let me know. Otherwise, though, please stay on mute when not talking and wait to be called on by the chair before you start to speak. I'm also going to be watching for comments and questions in the chat in case that's how you wish to raise an issue. Our warden is taking attendance, so please make sure your screen name shows your first and last name so that they can be recorded in the official logbook. So I see Heather Smith and Maya Rivera. If you could change your last names, just hit those 3 dots and change your last names. That would be great. And I see a person I'm not familiar with, Diane. I don't think we've met. Is this your first union meeting?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Well, I'm really glad you're here. Whereabouts do you work, Diane?
I'm so glad to be here. I'm a pharmacy technician.
Okay, so you work there in the hospital.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So you're an HEU member and welcome. I also see a phone number. I see 604-456-7890. Can you please unmute yourself or press *6 and just let us know who you are?
Yeah, hi, it's me, it's Michelle. I'm just having some computer issues, so I figured I'll just call in for tonight.
Okay, excellent. Thank you for that, Michelle. If someone can please change Michelle's name on the screen, that would be really, really helpful. And perfect, thank you. Okay, so Michelle, just so you know, again, for phone mute and unmute, it's press *6 and press 9 if you want to raise your hand. But of course, just unmute and say your piece. Okay, roll call of officers. Could the secretary treasurers go and do the roll call of officers? Betty, I think you're on mute.
Hi, everyone. Please unmute to respond. Chairperson,
Present.
Vice Chairperson,
Present.
Secretary Treasurer, who is myself, present. Assistant Secretary Treasurer,
Present.
Senior Trustee,
Present.
Senior Trustee-elect is excused and has submitted a letter explaining that she is working. Trustee's position is currently vacant. Warden,
Present.
Conductor,
Present.
All right, Warden, can you please let us know if we have quorum?
Yes, Madam Chair, we have reached quorum with 12 members in attendance and no guests. Thank you, Madam President.
Excellent. We can proceed. Bonnie has agreed ahead of time to read the equity statement for us tonight. Are you ready, Bonnie?
I am. The equity statement. Union solidarity is based on the principle that the union members are equal and deserve mutual respect at all levels. Any behavior that creates conflict prevents us from working together to strengthen our union. We should never condone nor tolerate behavior with our union that undermines the dignity of self-esteem of any individual or creates an intimidating, hostile, or offensive environment. HEU's policy and practices must reflect our commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion. Discriminatory speech or conduct based on Indigenous identity, sexism, racism, colonialism, homophobia, transphobia, ageism, and ableism have no place in our union. Discrimination can take the form of harassment. Harassment means using real or perceived power to abuse, devalue, or humiliate. Discrimination and harassment reduce our capacity to work together within our union on issues that matters to all of us. We are stronger collectively when all voices are encouraged, heard, and valued. Thank you.
Excellent. Folks, give Bonnie a round of applause. She volunteered to do this. She was really nervous. Good job, friend. Well done. Okay, initiation of members. Now, we know that Diane's first time here at a union meeting. Is there anybody else? Okay, seeing none, I'm going to hand it over to the conductor.
Hi, nice to meet you, Diane. I'll ask that the initiation be shared on the screen for both of us to read. I will read in short pieces and you simply repeat after me, okay? Everyone,
Okay.
please stay muted, but follow along and please feel free to stay seated for the initiation. I, Ola Bergen.
My name, Diane Tomei.
That's right. In the presence of these witnesses.
In the presence of these witnesses,
Do hereby pledge.
do hereby pledge
That I shall abide by the Constitution.
that I shall abide by the Constitution
And bylaws of the Union.
and bylaws of the Union,
and shall not divulge proceedings
and shall not divulge proceedings
which the meeting has identified as confidential
which the meeting has identified as confidential
at its meetings.
at its meetings,
That I shall make every possible effort
that I shall make every possible effort
to attend all meetings
to attend all meetings
and shall pay all dues and assessments levied
and shall pay all dues and assessments levied
in accordance with the bylaws.
in accordance with the bylaws,
That I shall be orderly at its meetings,
that I shall be orderly at its meetings,
respectful in words and actions,
respectful in words and actions,
charitable in my judgment
charitable in my judgment
of my fellow members,
of my fellow members,
and never wrong them or see them wronged,
and never wrong them or see them wronged,
if in my power to prevent it.
if in my power to prevent it.
I will not discriminate
That I will not discriminate
against a member on the grounds
against a member on the grounds
of ethnic background,
of ethnic background,
color, creed, ability,
color, creed, ability,
or sexual orientation,
or sexual orientation,
and I will abide by the principles
and I will abide by the principles
of the Human Rights Code.
of the Human Rights Code.
Excellent. Welcome, Diane.
Welcome,
Thank you.
Diane. Okay, we'll make sure that we drop off a collective agreement and constitution in your department the next time you're working. Okay, we are going to get to the minutes. Secretary Treasurer, can you read the minutes, please?
Okay. Hospital Employees Union, Local 180, regular local meeting virtual, date March 4, 2026. Number 1, call to order. The meeting was called to order at 4:35 p.m. by the chair. 2, a land acknowledgement was provided. 3, roll call of officers. All executive members were present except trustee Nima, who sent regrets. One trustee position just became vacant as Wilma has retired. The warden confirmed quorum. 4, equity statement was read. 5, initiation of new members. No new members were initiated. 6, adoption of minutes. Motion to receive the February 12, 2026 minutes be adopted as circulated. It was moved, seconded, and carried. 7, correspondence. A summary of correspondence was read, including a thank you letter from the BC Health Coalition, information from HEU Provincial Office regarding an expression of interest for the REP internship program. 8, Treasurer's Report. The Treasurer presented the financial report for February 2026. Motion to receive the Treasurer's Report. Moved, seconded, carried. 9, Trustees' Report. No report. The first quarter will be provided after the vacant trustee position is filled. 10, reports of delegates and committees. Reports were received from Labor Council delegate. Reminder that the International Women's Day event is March 8th at the Grand Hall, and we have purchased 6 tickets. Motion to receive the Labor Council report. It was moved, seconded, and carried. 11, unfinished business. None. 12, elections and installation of officers. There will be an election for trustee. Nominations will close at the next meeting, and a virtual election will be conducted if contested. 13, new business. Motion that the local executive research and bring back recommendations on a new meeting space that can accommodate in-person and virtual attendance. It was moved, seconded, and carried. 14, good and welfare. Congratulations and thank you card will be sent to Wilma on her retirement. 15, question period. Over census data and resulting workload issues were discussed. 16, motion to adjourn. It was moved, seconded, and carried. The meeting adjourned at 5:15 p.m. Submitted by Betty, Secretary Treasurer.
All right, Betty, you move the minutes of March 14, 2026.
I move that the minutes of March 4th, 2026 be received as read.
Okay, is there a seconder?
Seconder.
Okay, been moved and seconded to receive the minutes of the meeting on March 14, 2026. Are there any errors or omissions? Okay, seeing none, all those in favor of receiving the minutes as read? Okay, hands down. Anyone opposed? Okay, that's carried. Unless Michelle, did you hear anything?
Nope, I'm okay.
Okay, thanks, Michelle. All right, the motion to receive the March 14th minutes has been carried. Okay, correspondence.
Yes, Chair, there's a few things.
Okay, good. Thanks, Anna.
Yeah. We received a letter from the Downtown East Side Women's Center thanking us for the donation of toiletries and supplies for their Period Promise campaign. We also received 2 email requests for donations. The items have been added under the new business. We received a letter from the provincial office letting us know that biannual convention is coming up this fall. We will hold delegate elections and discuss and vote on possible resolutions and amendments at our next meeting. In order to be a delegate, you must have attended 50% of the local meetings in the past 12 months to be eligible. And we also need to have quorum. The newest workshop application is now open. There are so many great new workshops, including Workers' Rights Wednesday series, lots of health and safety online workshops, equity, and so much more. You can learn you can learn more, and anyone can apply online. I'm going to put the website in the chat for everybody. That's everything.
All right, thank you for that, Anna. Any questions or comments on the correspondence? Oh, Ethel.
Yeah, for the eligibility for convention, I missed a couple of meetings because I was not able to come. How do I know if I am eligible?
Oh, such a good question. So we're going to determine before the next meeting who is eligible, and how we do that is we go through the sign-in book. We add up all the meetings that each member has attended, but also if you've submitted a letter that excuses your absence, and that's done within 10 days of that meeting. Like if you're absent because of work or maybe you were sick, as long as it was legitimate reason, you could get up to 2 credits for attendance. So we're going to be providing that list of eligible members at the next meeting and before we get to vote.
Thank you. I submitted letters, so I should be eligible.
Excellent. Thanks, Ethel. Okay, moving on to the next item of the agenda, the treasurer's report. Betty.
Okay, this is the treasurer's report for the month ending March 30, 2026. The opening balance is $4,215.18. Our rebate for the month of March was $275. We purchased printer paper for $42.75, which came out of the local bylaws and annual budget for office expenses. We donated $100 to the BC Health Coalition, which was also approved at the last meeting, and we spent $25 on our monthly Zoom subscription. Total expenses for March was $167.75, which leaves $4,323.05 total in the bank. I move receipt of my report.
All right, thank you for that. Been moved. Is there a seconder? All right, any questions or comments on the treasurer's report? Okay, seeing none. All those in favor of receiving the treasurer's report? Okay, hands down. Anyone opposed? All right. Michelle, *6 if you are in favor, or you can unmute. Okay, I'm gonna move on. So the motion to receive the March 2026 Treasurer's Report is carried. Is there a trustees report?
Hi, Barb. We do not have a report because the 1-year trustee position became vacant before the report was done, and we don't need 3 trustees to sign off on the report.
Okay, thanks for that, Javito. Seeing that there's no report to receive, we're gonna move on to report of delegates and committees. Are there any reports?
I have a Labor Council report, Barb.
Oh, okay, go ahead, Bonnie.
Okay, thank you, Chair. The Labor Council Women's Committee organized another great International Women's Day dinner on March 8th. We had a full house. Labor Council wants to thank the local for purchasing a table, and our members had a really great time. We heard an update on the IBEW strike that started a couple of weeks ago. The employer has concessions on the table and is refusing to budge. So the members have voted 95% favor of a strike.
Great, thanks for that, Bonnie. So when those picket lines go up, we'll make sure that people know to get out and join those people out on the line. Thanks, Bonnie. Do you move receipt of your report?
I move receipt of my Labor Council report. Thank you.
Perfect. Is there a seconder? Okay, it's been moved and second to receive the Labor Council report. Any questions or comments? Okay, seeing none, all those in favor of receiving the Labor Council report? Anyone opposed? Hands down, anyone opposed? Seeing none, Michelle?
Oh, yep, I'm here. Yes, I'm in agreement of the report.
Okay, thanks, Michelle. Motion to receive the Labor Council report has carried. Any other reports? Okay, none. Let's move on. Unfinished business. Okay, unfinished business from last meeting. We talked about meeting space. The executive was instructed to find a new meeting space for holding our meetings that will accommodate in person. So something that's central to all of our sites, but still allow for participation by Zoom. Members felt really strongly at that meeting that Zoom has increased participation. So, it's super convenient for many members. So it was important that we were able to continue to do that. So the executive recommendation is that we move our meeting location to the rec center. Is there a motion someone can move? Betty?
I move that the local may rent the city meeting space at the rec center for its meetings, spending up to a maximum of $100 per month.
Okay, is there a seconder? Okay, thank you. It's been moved and seconded that the local may rent the city meeting space at the rec center for its meetings, spending up to a maximum of $100 a month. Betty, can you motivate that for us?
So the executive looked around and priced it out. We need good internet access and the equipment for sound and video, unless we decide to buy our own. We found 2 options. The meeting space at the rec center is $40 per hour. It is owned and operated by the city. The room will fit 25 comfortably, and the equipment is built in. And the Beacon Hotel has a similar meeting space for $20 per hour, but no equipment. We would need to purchase one of those all-in-one camera, microphone, speaker units, which can be expensive.
All right, thanks for that, Betty. Is there any discussion? Diane?
Yeah, the Beacon Hotel is so much cheaper. So why would we waste our members' dues like that?
Okay, thanks, Diane. Put that question to the folks who looked into this. Bill, go ahead.
Thanks, Chair. A big reason is that the rec center is a public facility with unionized workers. HU policy is that we use unionized facilities and products whenever possible. That way, we know that workers have better rights and a fair process to resolve workplace issues, and we also don't have to pay for the equipment. Thanks.
Okay, thanks for that explanation, Bill. Ranjit, I saw your hand too.
I was just wondering if the meeting space is accessible for everybody.
Who can answer that?
I can help with this, Barb. Hi, Ranjit. Yeah, there is accessible parking, automatic doors and ramps. There are accessible gender-neutral washrooms available. The equipment has clear audio and microphones, and the Zoom has closed captioning. And the lighting is good, but not harsh. If there are specific accommodation needs, please let us know.
Oh, okay. Thanks for your attention to the details, Jovita.
Right. Any further questions or comments? Okay. Seeing no more speakers, I'm going to go to the vote that the local may rent city meeting space at the rec center for its meetings, spending up to a maximum of $100 a month. All those in favor? Okay, hands down. Anyone opposed? All right, that is carried. The motion has carried. We will now look forward to having our next meeting at the rec center. Okay, next on the agenda is the elections of officers. Now, as we heard earlier, there's a position for trustee that is vacant. We posted notice for nominations last week. The executive has appointed 2 scrutineers, so Jovito and Leanne, and they have been accepting the written nominations. And they're going to be overseeing the electronic voting process if that's necessary. So in addition to receiving written nominations, I will now open the floor for nominations for trustee. So scrutineers, were there any nominations received and accepted in writing?
Yes, Barb, we have received a written self-nomination from Parminder Sandhu.
Okay, Parminder has nominated. Are there any other nominations from the floor? Ethel?
I would like to nominate myself, please.
All right, Ethel has self-nominated. Any further nominations? Second call, any further nominations? Diane?
Yeah, I'd like to nominate Ranjit.
Okay, Ranjit has been nominated. Any further nominations? Third and final time, any further nominations? Okay, I declare nominations closed. In reverse order, Ranjit, do you accept your nomination?
Yes, I do.
Okay, thanks. Parminder and Ethel both self-nominated, so we don't need to confirm with them. Warden, can you check eligibility for Ranjit, Ethel, and Parminder? Oh, you're on mute.
Oh, sorry. Thank you, Madam Chair. Ranjit has not been in the 50% of the local union meetings in the past year, but Parmender and Ethel have. Thank you, Madam.
Okay. Thank you for that. Sorry, Ranjit. So that means that members who have not been to at least 50% of local meetings are not eligible to run unless they are the only candidate or the other candidates are also not eligible. But in this case, there's 2 eligible candidates running. So you're not able to run at this time, but please put your name forward sometime in the future. We will have an electronic vote then just between Ethel and Parminder. That means ballots are going to be sent out on Monday, the 17th at noon. It's going to be open till the 18th at noon. If you are getting HEU emails, you will get a ballot. And if not, make sure you update your contact information on the website, which I will have someone put in the chat, please. Thank you for that. Okay, let's move on to new business. Now, there's a municipal election coming up, and the Labor Council is organizing an all candidates forum, and they're looking to endorse candidates. Now, they're seeking donations for this, and there's an executive recommendation that we donate $100 to the District Labor Council for the municipal election organizing. Can I get someone to move that, please?
Moved.
It's been moved. Is there a seconder? Okay, that's been seconded. All right, now I'd like to speak to this motion, so I want to hand over the chair to Bill.
Oh, I'm having technical issues. Go ahead, Barb.
Okay. So municipal elections are coming up this fall for city council, mayor, regional district directors, and school board trustees. And thank goodness, because these last 4 years have been quite the challenge with this particular mayor. So we really need to get organized to try to get the right people elected, make sure that workers in the city are treated better, reverse the privatization that happened under this council, and make sure that they pay a living wage. So we're also looking for people to run in these elections. So if you're interested, please come chat with me. And also we're going to be looking for people to volunteer to help get these people elected.
Perfect. Thanks, Barb. Is there any further discussion? All right, seeing no hands, we will vote on the motion for the local to donate $100 to the District Labor Council for municipal election organizing. All those in favor? Perfect. Anyone opposed? No, the motion has carried. I hand the chair back to you, Barb.
All right, thank you, Bill. Okay, good and welfare. Are there any good and welfare items? Oh, Ola.
Thanks, Barb. I heard Daljit Singh had a pretty significant kitchen fire last week. Thank goodness everybody is safe, but it sounds like there was quite a bit of damage. And they have to stay in a hotel for a couple of months during repairs. I want the local to donate money to her family to help them out.
Yeah, thanks, Ola. Sorry, but a motion like that is out of order because locals can't provide direct financial support to individual members, even when the need is real, like it is with Daljit. We can definitely pitch in personally, though.
Oh, great. Let's do that. I'll set up a link for donations and have the local send that out.
Oh, great idea. Let's do that for sure. Thank you for volunteering on that, Ola. Okay, now it's question period. So we're going to open it up to questions. I see Ranjit's hand.
I had a question about my job selection grievance. I haven't heard back from the union since it went in around 2 weeks ago. I'm wondering what's happening with it.
Yeah, thanks, Ranjit. But we can't discuss personal grievances here, but the rep is here, and you two can maybe connect after the meeting.
Yeah, for sure. All the grievances went to labor management, so I can give you a call tomorrow, Ranjit, with a bit of an update.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
Excellent. Okay, I see no further questions out there. We are at the end of the agenda. This has been a really productive meeting. Thanks, everyone. A motion to adjourn would be in order. Okay, it's been moved to adjourn, seconded. All those in favor? Anyone opposed? I doubt that. All right, the motion to adjourn is carried. So we're adjourned till the next meeting, which is going to be on May 19th. And remember, that's going to be the convention delegate and resolution meeting. So I hope to see you all there. Have a good night, everyone.
And that was a great meeting. And I know that with time and practice, your meetings can look just like that, probably even better. Local meetings don't have to be complicated, but they do need to be run democratically and follow constitutional requirements. Clear procedures, respectful debate, and good governance protect both members and the union as a whole. Now, this mock meeting is meant to be a practical guide, whether you're chairing your first meeting or you've been involved for years. We hope it helps clarify roles, build confidence, and support strong local leadership. If you have any questions about running meetings, elections, or your other responsibilities as a local officer, HEU regional vice presidents and reps are available to help. Our union works best when members are informed, engaged, and involved. And thank you for being a part of that and for helping keep HEU democratic.